Hey folks, how's it going? We're checking out more Inside Number 9. Hopefully you guys had a fantastic day. So you guys said the kid did die. He said people were making fun of him at school and all that jazz, so he decided just to end it all and jump inside the river. And I missed that part. And somebody said they made a similar mistake when they did the Sardines episode where they kind of made a key plot. They kind of scrolled through it so fast that you can miss it. And yeah, I missed that part. I was like, I must have missed something where they said the kid killed himself or something, because is the kid actually dead, or did the guy just assume maybe he got pushed to that point? But yeah, the kid actually did die, so the ghost of the kid possibly did come back. Because I was like, is this actually supernatural or psychological? I didn't know for sure because I missed that part. That was a critical part that I guess they just skated by and I just didn't hear it because I wasn't sure if it was supernatural, and I was actually thinking that they wrapped up series 2 similar to how they wrapped up series 1, where I didn't know for sure if that last episode of series 1 was actually supernatural. The whole demon old man trying to go into the girl, or were they just all crazy and the guy just had cataracts and stuff, like wasn't it actually a demon, And they're just a house full of loons. But the girl didn't really deserve her fate. She was just a sweet girl who was there to babysit, and now she's sitting there in her underwear with some weird, creepy old man probably about to bang her, or maybe a demon's gonna go inside of her, and how is that gonna work out? But they say like birth, but backwards. It sounds terrible. I think they said something similar to that, so that sounds awful. And she didn't deserve that fate. Old boy did, because he's humiliated that kid on TV in front of like a bunch of people, and now I know for sure the kid actually killed himself by going into the river, and now he, I guess, is looned or whacked out and peed on himself, which is not that bad of a punishment, unless he's gonna stay crazy the rest of his life, and then at least that's something. But yeah, maybe there was actually supernatural, like the witch episode, where it was actual witch, supernatural stuff was actually happening. Where when they wrapped up season 2, I don't know for sure if it was actually that or they're just crazy. I was wondering if they're wrapping up series 2 the same way, like where they just leave it in your hands, like is it supernatural, or is this guy just having a psychotic break? And I guess we can still ask that question for sure, like is it? Did the kid really come back? Or was he kind of like teetering with it the entire time, and now he's just having like an emotional breakdown because he could lose it all again, But I guess I'm leaning more towards it's possibly supernatural, and it was an actual supernatural episode. You just don't know for sure with this show, man. If the kid actually came back and is haunting him or whatever, I don't know. But yeah, now that I know the kid actually died, I just wasn't sure because I missed that part. But yeah, man, looking forward to jumping into series 3, man. Let's just go ahead and jump into it. We talk about it more today.
Please come. It's warm inside. I have already made a fire for you.
Oh, that's better. Oh, Toby, be a dear and shut the door. Otherwise we'll all catch our deaths.
What a gloomy thought. Catch our deaths.
Yes, Mummy, we're here for a 2-week holiday. Let's keep things jolly, eh?
I shouldn't worry about it. It's only a saying. Though it is rather dim in here.
Yeah. Let me.
Oh,
Looks bigger than it did in the brochure.
well, better that than the other way round. Do you remember that awful hotel we stayed in Greece?
It wasn't so bad. I rather liked it. Though, as I recall, the local tipple was fairly wretched.
Do you remember it, Kathy?
No, I wasn't married to Julian then. It must have been when Elizabeth was still alive.
How are you feeling, darling? That pilot gave us one hell of a bumpy landing.
Fine. I'm fine.
Well, no skiing for you, not in your condition. We'll have the slopes all to ourselves, won't we, Toby?
I'm not sure I want to ski. Boring.
Toby, your father went to a lot of trouble to book this holiday. You really oughtn't to be so ungrateful.
You spoil him, Kathy. All these treats and indulgences. You're getting him used to having his own way. There, I've said it.
Please, Mummy, let's not argue. We've only just arrived.
Yeah. Some refreshment for you. This is Glühwein, traditional Austrian trick.
Oh, good, I'm parched.
Yes. In the clutch of the Krampus, even the most unruly child will promise to turn from his wicked ways.
We had a nanny rather like that.
Oh, Julian, don't exaggerate.
So he is the dark side of Santa Claus, a sort of Jekyll and Hyde?
The Krampus walks the streets for 3 nights. If you hear the cowbells, you will know he is close by. On the first night, if you have been bad, you will find a switch in your shoe.
Like a light switch.
No, Toby, a switch is a rod or a twig used for whipping horses.
Or naughty little boys.
It is a warning to mend your manners. On the second night, if you're still bad, the Krampus will leave his mark upon you. You will wake up with scratches where he has visited you in the night. And on the third night, my God, if you're still not mended, he will come for you.
It goes on a bit, this speech.
Chains stuffed into his sack and hurled down into the flames of hell.
Typical Friday night in Berkhamsted, eh, Mummy?
His eyes. Something about his eyes. Like he knows something.
Well, I think we'll stick with good old Father Christmas if it's all the same with you, Klaus. Now, come on, everybody. Let's go and unpack.
Perhaps Kathy put them there herself.
Why on earth would she do that?
Oh, Julian, you know what I think. Toby reminds Kathy of your first wife, and she resents him for it.
Don't be ridiculous.
It's true. It wouldn't surprise me if Kathy hadn't put those sticks there herself, just to...
Nancy overshot her mark again. She wouldn't wear glasses, said they were wrong for the character. But Brian saved the day. Look. Oh, yeah.
Toby needs a mother.
Well, I don't trust her. Disappearing for days on end. And if she doesn't want to fulfill her wifely duties, well then, maybe you should move on.
I've no intention of divorcing Kathy, Mummy. I love her and she loves me. And if you don't like that, you can get the next plane home to Berkhamsted.
Dang.
Fine. But you know what Klaus said. Those sticks are a warning.
Rubbish! And you know what we do with rubbish.
Shoot a Krampus.
What is it? What's wrong?
Look!
God. Toby, what happened?
I don't know. I woke up this morning and they were there. I thought I'd been good.
We can't put this down to sleepwalking.
No! It's Krampus! It's the second night and he's left his mark, exactly as Klaus said he would, just as in the legend.
Kathy, calm down. You mustn't excite yourself.
But it's all coming true. And if what Klaus says is right, then tomorrow night he'll take Toby away. Oh, please don't let him!
All right, that's enough! Can't you see you're scaring the boy?
That's awful.
Toby, get dressed. We're leaving.
Man.
Brian, Dennis is asking for the last line again, but even angrier, please.
Okay.
They're over the top of act. They hit that.
Can't you see you're scaring the boy? Toby, get dressed. We're leaving.
Great, we got that. Thank you.
Only 2 seats left. All right, let me call you back. Well, looks like we're not going anywhere.
But we've got to do something. Toby's in danger.
There's nothing we can do.
I'll take him. I've already packed my suitcase. I think it might be for the best to get Toby away from...
What? Say it. From me. You think I did this, don't you?
She didn't say that, Kathy.
No, but she thinks it.
You've been under a lot of strain recently.
So have you, Julian. Remember, this holiday was not just about Kathy.
Could it be possible that you accidentally made those marks on the boy when you were getting him undressed? Not deliberately, but...
Why would I? Why would I hurt my own son?
He is not your son.
Terrible.
I'm being silly, I know. Toby and your mother will be fine, won't they? I just got carried away by that silly Krampus story.
That's right, darling. I told you before. There's absolutely no such thing as...
Julian, what is it?
nothing.
There is something, I can tell.
Your back. It's covered in scratches.
It's the Krampus. He's coming for me.
But that's impossible.
My shoes. The wardrobe.
No!
It's true, I told you!
But it makes no sense. The Krampus only comes for children. The legends say so.
Julian, I'm pregnant.
Wait there.
Is the baby been bad?
It was just a branch. The storm must have blown it in. You get back to bed. I'm going to lock all the doors. Real or not, Krampus isn't getting in here tonight.
Lines.
Well? You were saying?
I've been bad, Julian. This baby, it isn't yours.
What?
This is like a soap opera.
Kathy! Behind you! Let go of her, you fool! Don't Pills! My pills!
I suppose she dumped down the drain.
These pills, I threw them away. I'm sorry. Goodbye, darling.
Dude, get out of here. This is good.
Don't worry, Julian. I'll look after her now. Merry Christmas.
And there's your ending. Well,
like a soap opera.
not quite.
Right, we've got 10 minutes to get the final scene. Cameras round to the bedroom, please. Dennis is coming down to the floor.
What does that mean? Coming down to the floor?
The studio floor. I needed to be there for the climax.
Well, what are you waiting for? Aren't you going to ravish me, Simon?
Simon? I don't know anyone called Simon. I'm Krampus.
No. No!
And cut! Great, thanks, Ralph. If we could just step you off.
Cheers, Dennis.
Oh, are you done, Ralph? I'll see you at the screening if there is one, shall I?
All right, keep rolling. We're setting up for scene 18B.
So this is a new scene? Dennis.
Quick as you can, please.
I didn't get pink pages for this if there were some. Dennis.
Just changing camera position.
Dennis, can someone please tell me what's happening? Oh. Dennis, tell me what's happening. Ow! Dennis.
Always a strange moment when you see them realize what's going on. You see, there's no acting here. That's genuine fear. I don't think I want to watch the ending.
Action!
Well, that's it. Can't believe it surfaced again after all these years. In its defense, it was one of the better ones, but if only I'd got gum itch.
Police interview with Dennis Fulcher, terminated at 16:05.
Oh, that's crazy. That was wild. So everybody there was like in on it except for her. She thought she was making like a horror film, but it did have like that soap opera effect, right? Everybody else seemed to be like acting really well and all that jazz. And maybe they were like actor or act like elites or whatever, and they bring in like this unassuming person to make like, I forgot what those films are called when people die and stuff in it. So that's what they're making the entire time. It was somebody who got busted and was being interviewed by the police. That's wild. That's crazy. It definitely had that soap opera effect to it though, where like it looks like it was just all shot on like I forgot what those cameras are called, where it's unpolished, unfiltered the entire time. Yeah, this was a very unique episode. Everything about it was like shot very unique. As I said, the entire time I was watching, like, this feels very soap opera-y. The acting was kind of like cheesy and over the top at moments, like a soap opera. It even had the soap opera look when it came to like everything been unfiltered and cleared through. I know it's supposed to be like this horror film, but it felt like a horror, I don't know, soap opera TV show is what it just really felt like. The girl looked familiar. I can't remember where I saw her at, but I feel like I've seen her somewhere. It's just that she had that 70s style makeup and hairdo that's kind of masking that where I've seen her from. I just feel like I've seen her somewhere. But yeah, that was a pretty wild ending that I wasn't expecting. I didn't really know where this was going. I thought maybe it was going to be like a supernatural thing where Krampus was going to show up on set for real and their camera work was going to pick up Krampus is real or something, and that's what the whole thing was. Even when they were pulling like the plastic down, I'm like, okay. I just didn't know where this was going at all. I can't remember who was talking about it. I can't remember if it was like a YouTube video or if I was reading to someone, but I remember somebody talking about there was like horror movies that people actually believe were real because they're so like gory and disgusting and stuff. And I don't know if people can watch that stuff. That's terrible. But yeah, didn't expect this end at all. This is crazy. But yeah, man, this is a decent start to the series, man. This is a very weird episode. Tay really loves the Krampus thing, though, man. She watched the movie. I watched some of it with her. I don't quite remember exactly what all happened in it. Like somebody stuck in a snow globe or something. But that's one of Tay's favorite horror movies is that Krampus one that came out, I can't remember, like 2016 or something. That's what it made me think about. What's that? All right, folks, that is it, man. That is all for this one. Hopefully you guys are happy, safe, and healthy. I'll see you in the next one. Later.